Good afternoon and welcome to the Senate Committee on Government Operations. Today is Thursday, April 1st. It's 3:00 p.m. We are in conference room 16 with members of the committee and the public joining remotely via video conference. I'm Sharon Moriwaki, chair of the committee, and joining me today from the zooming in is Vice Chair Senator Dela Cruz and I think Senator Favela and Senator Gabbard. Before proceeding with the hearing, the chair would like to make a few housekeeping announcements. This hearing is being streamed live on YouTube. You can also find links to viewing options on the live and on-demand video page of the legislature, its website. In the unlikely event that we encounter major technical difficulties during the hearing and must end it abruptly, the committee will reconvene to discuss any outstanding business and will post the date and time on the legislative website. Today we have two nominees for consideration to the Enhanced 911 Board. This is the board that assures our 911 communication infrastructure is continually upgraded for our public safety. These are the calls that the first responders make, and they can find whoever's in distress. The first nominee is Governor's Message 522, submitting for consideration and confirmation Jeffrey Weaver to represent the wireless communication service providers. And we have written testimony, or do we have anybody on Zoom who would like to testify? Okay, we do have written testimony in support from Courtney Tagupa, State Enhanced 911 Board, Victor Ramos, Maui Police Department, Davlin Racadio from Maui Police Department, Lisa Hiraoka, an individual, Kiman Wong, an individual, and John Jakubczak, an individual. Is there anybody else that we have online? No. Okay. So I would like to invite, I see Jeffrey Weaver on Zoom here, so I'd like to invite the nominee to make a brief statement. Jeffrey?
Sure. Can you all hear me okay?
We can. Thank you.
Awesome. Well, thank you all. Thank you, Senator Moriwaki, for meeting with you a couple weeks ago. That was an honor, and I appreciated that very much. My name is Jeffrey Weaver. I am a board member on the Enhanced 911 Board. My employer is AT&T Mobility. Been with AT&T here in Hawaii on the engineering side for the past 10 years. I've been on the board, this will be my second term, I believe, not my third. But on the board, I am the Education Subcommittee Chair, and I know you guys have some legislation in front of you, in particular House Bill 73, which includes emergency workers, or call takers and dispatchers as emergency workers. We wholeheartedly support that. That bill, and it actually fits in with the subcommittee that I chair, where we are looking for certifying all of our call takers and dispatchers nationally. It works and it partners very well with what you guys have before you. So, and in that role, we've also partnered with the University of Hawaii to create a curriculum statewide for all dispatchers and call takers, not only in amongst all the counties and all the PSAPs. So, and my role, I guess, is just to assist the board towards next generation 911 is my role with AT&T. I'm more of a consultant than anything, but my heart personally is with this education subcommittee. It's near and dear to my heart, and we've seen great success, and we're seeing a lot of support from you folks as well. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Members, any questions of Jeffrey? If not, I do have one question. I know that you've been working hard in the Education Committee, and you have said that you're working on the enhancement of E911. But just for the public, what is the mission of the E911 Board, and how is your experience? I know your expertise in the tech world really helps a lot, but what do you see that you could share with us in your experience?
Well, I think in my experience, Senator, it's been just over the years, just seeing in my current role of what I do at AT&T and seeing how the technology has advanced as much as it has, and trying to relay that to our local PSAPs. And, you know, our state is probably the most tourist-driven state in the nation. And we not only have visitors coming from the mainland, but we have visitors coming from all over the world. So it's important that whatever we do, those folks may need, you know, they may need emergency or medical services and across the board. And no matter what we do, we need to be able to accommodate them. So my role and what I've seen in the role of the board is not only to commit to what we do locally, but to commit to what we do for those that visit our state as well. And it's amazing how far we've come. Amongst all the counties in the state, we work together very, very well. I think we're seeing a lot of cohesiveness between the PSAPs, and maybe that wasn't there maybe even 5 years ago, but it has to come to this. And I enjoy it because we're very close. We work very well together. We're very close in what we do. Unfortunately, due to this pandemic, it's kind of put, you know, some glitches in our system, but we work around it. We get it done, and it's all for the benefit of the citizens of the state of Hawaii.
Okay, thank you, and thank you for your service. I'm going to then move on to our, unless anybody else has any questions. Thank you.
Thank you.
The next nominee is Governor's Message 523, Clyde Holokai, representing the Maui Public Safety PSAP, I guess. Clyde, do you want to unmute yourself? Oh, no. First, let me just go over the written testimony we have. We have Victor Ramos from the Maui Police Department, Davlin Ricardo from the Maui Police Department. You have a lot of supporters from the Maui Police Department. Dean Rickard, Maui Police Department. Greg Okamoto, also from Maui Police Department. And Kiman Wong, an individual. Anyone else? I invite Clyde Holokai to make a brief statement. Hi, aloha.
Good afternoon. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can.
Afternoon, Senators. Thank you for this time. Like Senator Moriwaki said, I'm Clyde Holokai, 27 years with the Maui Police Department. Being blessed to have served in many different areas. Our Vice Division, Patrol, of course, as well as now in our Support Services Bureau. This is the bureau that directly oversees our dispatch. So more so, it's important for me to get an understanding and try and contribute as much as I can to the E911 board. And I believe I shared with you last week, Senator Moriwaki, about how I have been on all different sides of a 911 call, of course, as an officer, receiving the information and getting to that person as quickly as possible. As a citizen, unfortunately needing to call 911 on several occasions. And recently actually being in the room with our ESDs and our call takers when we have a really big critical incident that goes down. This past one, unfortunately, was a suicide of one of our officers. And just seeing how they work, each and every vantage point for me was a little different, but at the same time, it highlighted different areas on how important having the updated training, the updated equipment is for something like this that is so vital to our community. If I'm allowed to be on the board, I've also spent a lot of time in our training division. And I will bring with me the deep understanding of our training needs. We've been writing a lot of policy for our department prior to and during this whole epidemic. So I can bring my knowledge in that as well to the board. And just a general want and need to be there.
Okay, thank you. Members, any questions of Assistant Chief Holokai? Okay, I think you've answered the question about the mission of the board and what you bring to it. So thank you. Members, since we have just positive testimony for both nominees, rather than going to recess, may we just proceed with decision making? Okay, okay, we're going to proceed. On Governor's Message 522 for consideration and confirmation of Jeffrey Weaver to represent the wireless communication providers, the chair's recommendation is to advise and consent. Chair votes aye. Vice Chair Dela Cruz.
In Governor's Message 522, recommendation is to advise and consent. Chair votes aye. Vice Chair votes aye. Senator Cheng.
Aye.
Senator Gabbard.
Aye.
Senator Favela. Okay, excused. Recommendation adopted.
Thank you. Moving on to Governor's Message 523 for consideration and confirmation of Clyde Holokai to represent Maui Public Safety. The chair's recommendation is to advise and consent. Chair votes aye. Vice Chair Del Cruz.
Governor's Message 523, recommendation is to advise and consent. Chair votes aye. Vice Chair votes aye. Senator Cheng.
Aye.
Senator Gabbard.
Aye.
No, Senator Favela is back on. Favela is on.
Senator Favela. Aye. The recommendation adopted.
Thank you, and thank you both Jeffrey Weaver and Clyde Holokai for your service. This concludes our hearing on both nominees. We will adjourn the Government Operations Committee. Mahalo, everyone.